Chris Hemsworth and Elsa Pataky have the kind of swoon-worthy romance that many of us can only dream about, but their marriage is full of strange things too. Let's take a closer look at those quirks. The two love art, especially the permanent ink kind. According to Vogue Australia, the mother of three has dozens of tattoos, while Hemsworth told People, "They're a pain to cover up when you shoot a movie. It's like an hour of makeup." Celebrity tattoo artist Dylan Forte spoke to Nicki about Hemsworth's body art and surmised that Hemsworth's tattoos are about deep family and personal relationships, tied in with sentimental value. According to Hello, Hemsworth and Pataky both wear 5 symbols of the runic alphabet, correlating with the English letters C, E, I, T, and S, which are also the first letters of Chris, Elsa, and their kids India, Tristan, and Sasha. Chris Hemsworth has the world at his feet as Thor, the god of thunder. After the first flick came out in 2011, he quickly rose to fame and became one of the most recognizable faces in the Avengers multiverse. But wife Elsa had something to say about displaying the famous Thor hammer in their house. In 2019, Pataky spoke to Australian radio show Fitzy and Whippa host Michael Whippa Whipfley. She recalled that Hemsworth had wanted to display his Thor hammers on a table at home, but she didn't want them as part of their interior decorations, saying that, "We have 5 of them for every movie he's done. Like, seriously, no." Hemsworth confirmed his wife's stern instructions with Jimmy Kimmel in 2020.
I put it on the mantelpiece. My wife puts it back in the cupboard. I'll put it somewhere else, in the kitchen, on display. It goes back in the cupboard.
Also on Fitzy and Whippa, Elsa shared a story of how her husband gets nervous when people are watching him park, even though he has played famed Formula 1 driver James Hunt in Rush. After his car got, quote, bogged in a parking spot, she tried to help, but Chris told her, "Just leave it there, don't touch it, we need a crane." She backed off, but apparently the car did not need a crane and got out fine, as Chris finally told Elsa a few days later. Elsa Pataky is an acclaimed model, actor, and polyglot, and also quite capable of rescuing herself. As she related in an Instagram story, in July 2020, she got trapped in her car on a flooded road. In the video clip, she said, "I got stuck, yes, awesome, oh god, what am I doing?" Chris, their 3 children, and family friend Luke Zaki were also in the car. Everyone managed to leave the vehicle with only Pataky left at the wheel. Though slightly unnerved as the water level rose, she eventually escaped by squeezing through her car window. As celebrities raising 3 children in sunny Australia on their own terms, Chris Hemsworth and Elsa Pataky seemingly have the world at their feet. However, Chris revealed it wasn't always this way. They faced challenges when renovating their house overlooking Australia's 7-mile beach in scenic Byron Bay.
I live in a place called Byron Bay, which is another stunning place, very sort of hippie surf town culture.
The process took 3 years, and when they were nearly finished, Hemsworth told News Australia, "I think the vast majority of divorces happen during the process of building a house, so I'm thankful we've survived that. It's been interesting deciding on tapware, couches, and things that I never thought I'd even be bothered about. Luckily, the pair made it through the renovations, and have even moved to Sydney in the meantime." Chris Hemsworth apparently knows his wife well. Besides her apparent distaste for his interior design skills that give prominent placement to the Thor hammer, the actor thinks that Elsa has other pet peeves. As he told News Australia, "What annoys her about me? Probably if I surf a little long or stay out a little late from time to time, but that's usually because of traffic." When asked what annoyed him about Pataky, Hemsworth hilariously revealed that he knows how a marriage works. With careful words, he painted a picture of his wife. "Well, if she's reading this, nothing annoys me about her. I gotta make sure there is a place for me in the bed when I get back home." Chris Hemsworth and Elsa Pataky have been married for over a decade, making huge sacrifices to create an idyllic life for their children. Those sacrifices have included moving to Australia in 2014, as well as Pataky putting her career on hold while raising the kids. But Elsa hasn't changed her last name. In an interview with the Kyle and Jackie O show, the Thor star talked about the real reason his wife hasn't changed her last name, even though she had originally wanted to.
It was when we were coming back from America and they were living in Europe and deciding where
it was a complication of passports and so on.
Pataky previously told the Herald Sun that last names in Spain were a complicated issue. She uses her grandmother's surname Pataky as an actress, but she was born Elsa La Fuente Mediano. She explained, "That's my Spanish name. We actually have two surnames as one, which is weird, your mom's and your dad's." And that's apparently why she thought her passport might be a nightmare to navigate if she added another last name into the mix. Elsa and Chris are clearly in love. They have a beautiful family and have so much going for them. But that doesn't mean that everything is always smooth sailing. Like most married couples, they argue at times. But Pataky has come up with an ingenious way to win an argument. She fights in Spanish. Hemsworth appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show and revealed that when his wife shouts at him in her native language, he knows there's trouble brewing. As the Avengers star noted, "When I hear the Spanish directed at me, it's usually during unfortunate, controversial, aggressive situations." He also gave the talk show host a rundown of what plays out in his mind when his wife argues in Spanish. So I'm just thinking, what is she saying right now? And what's my comeback to this? Apparently, Hemsworth believes that Pataky drops all pretenses when she's had enough of a situation, letting her native tongue spill out as she gives him a piece of her mind. It seems as if Pataky may be onto something. What better way to fight with someone if they don't understand what you're saying but can understand your tone? For some people, they just know when they found the one. And it seems as if Chris Hemsworth and Elsa Pataky's story may be one of those super sweet romances where everything fell into place. The couple had met and wed in 2010, setting records for speed of attraction and commitment. Even though he and Pataky had already been married for about 5 years, Hemsworth was still gushing about their whirlwind romance and spur-of-the-moment wedding when he appeared on Good Morning Britain in 2016. Talking about the spontaneous nature of their connection, he said, "It did happen quick, and it just felt right. It made sense. There was no great plan to any of it, to be honest. We were on holiday and we said, why don't we get married too? There probably should have been some planning, but it all worked out." As he explained during the interview, they had the perfect opportunity and decided to go with it. "Honestly, we had both our families on holiday at the same time, just randomly, and we said, this is a good opportunity with everyone together, so we just did it." Talk about vacation goals. Although she may not look it, Elsa Pataky is 7 years older than Chris Hemsworth. Even though their age gap is much smaller than are those of some other celebrity couples, the wife of the Avengers star wasn't sure what a commitment to someone much younger would look like. She was plagued by the idea that they may not have wanted the same things out of life. When they got married in 2010, Pataky was 34 years old and Hemsworth was a youthful 27. Hello reports that Pataky had reservations about Hemsworth because they were at different stages of their lives. As she revealed to the outlet, "Chris is younger than me, and I imagined he wouldn't want to start a family anytime soon. So I didn't initially think it would work out, but it turned out that he thought the same way I did." It also seems that she had lucked out because they actually wanted the same thing. Ironically, the passage of time may have been the best thing for their relationship. She mused, "Over time, we have evolved together and learned from each other. I'm so proud to see what he has achieved and how we have grown together. Luck has nothing to do with it because we've worked hard, but we are very grateful for the life we lead." The Hemsworth-Pataky children have parents other kids can only dream about. That's because both of their parents are action heroes in blockbuster flicks. Pataky is well known for her role as Elena Nieves in the Fast and the Furious franchise. She played alongside Vin Diesel's Dom Toretto between 2011 and 2017 before her character was killed off. As of early 2021, Pataky is filming the action movie Interceptor, where she has the lead role of a U.S. Army lieutenant, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Chris Hemsworth, meanwhile, has been a superhero extraordinaire since 2011, when he first joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Thor. Together with the Hammer Mjolnir, he's been saving the universe one thunderbolt at a time. However, the couple's kids didn't always know their parents were stars. According to News Australia's Kid Spot, Pataky said in 2018, "They don't know who is Thor and who is Papa, and that he doesn't go around with the hammer all the time and things like that." She also divulged that at the time, the children had a limited idea about what it meant to be an actor. "They don't understand what the TV is yet, and you can do that for work. My oldest one is getting it, but sometimes the children ask him, 'What are you going to be, Papa or Thor?' And he says, like both." Chris Hemsworth may be married to Spanish bombshell Elsa Pataky, but that doesn't mean that they always understand each other. Pataky appeared on Today in 2017 and lamented the fact that 6 years had already passed since their wedding, and her husband still hadn't learned her native tongue. "He promised me. He said, I'll be speaking Spanish in 2 months. There we go. We've been together for 6 years. She also revealed that she speaks Spanish to their kids and explained why she did so. "That's important. That's what my mom did to me," talked in Romanian. "I start to speak in English. I'm like, I don't express myself great. I got used to making an effort to speak to them in Spanish." In 2018, in an appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Hemsworth told his side of the story. When Pataky is correcting their kids in Spanish, Hemsworth launches into actor mode. "I sort of pretend to understand. My wife will be telling them off, and I'll be standing there like, that's right." But in that same appearance, he also admitted that he usually pulls Pataky aside to ask what she actually said to the kids. "It's okay, Chris. We all know love is the universal language, and your kids understand that. Luckily, you and Elsa have love in spades." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite action stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.